Hi there, Year 8 and 9. This is Miss Jackson. I'm going to talk you through KUDOS. Now, a lot of you have actually done an amazing job on KUDOS so far, and I'm really pleased for you. Some have not been able to access KUDOS over lockdown, which I completely understand, and some people have accessed it at the beginning, but then they haven't gone back to it since around May, June time. All right, so what I'm going to do is quickly give you a little bit of a recap of what it is that I would like you to do on KUDOS. Okay, so first of all, we need to make sure that we're going to kudos.cascade.co.uk. If you can't remember that or you've not saved it into your favourites, then drop me an email. I will send you the link again, or I will send this out to all your teachers to forward on to you. Okay, once you get there, okay, we go into login. That side there is where you're logged in. Now, for those of you that have already got your shortlists up to 100%, fantastic. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go into me. So this section here, my shortlists, I would like you please to make sure that that is at 100%. So that means that you've got in a number of careers that you might be interested in. Now, these don't have to be definite. You can change these all the time. So what I'd like you to do is go into my careers. Okay, and have a little look at what you've liked and decide whether some of those are relevant to you anymore. And if they're not, unclick them. So click on the thumbs up. Okay, so the ones that are shaded are obviously ones that I've liked already. Okay, I don't want to be a designer anymore. I've changed my mind on that. But actually, I'm interested in being a script writer. Okay, you can keep changing your mind so many times. All right, now if you don't know what any of these are, go into my details. And that will pull up a page where you can download a careers leaflet and you can read all about what kind of courses you need to do in order to become a ceramics designer or anything else. Okay, this information here, job prospects, is fantastic for you because you can see that 58,000 people are currently employed in England as a ceramics designer, and it has grown by 2% this year, which means that the chances are ceramic designs are still going to be available when you leave school. Okay, so that by the time you leave school, if you're in year 8, then that might have grown by between 8 and 10%. So it looks like there'll be more ceramic designers, okay? And you can keep an eye on that every year and make sure that ceramic designers are definitely needed within school, within your career. You'll also see your average salary range. Now that is important to consider as your average. You can obviously become higher up in the job and you can get more money. Okay, and you might start a bit at a lower level, but on the whole, your average salary is about 30 to 40,000. Now, some students messaged me over over lockdown, and said to me, "Miss, I can't find any job that I want because none of them give me the money that I want. I want a job with lots and lots and lots of money." You need to remember that's the average salary. Every job will have an increase in annual salary, which means the amount of money you get each year, and that is because people will become higher up in the job, lower in the job, etc. So you might find when you get into a company, maybe to be the lead ceramics designer, you end up with 50 to 60,000 pounds if you're looking after an area, etc. All right, so please consider this as average. Okay, so if we go back to my profile here, I would like you to try and find some college courses that you like the idea of, because that starts to get you focused on where you want to go when you do leave in year 11. Some of you may decide that you want to go through and redo your quiz because maybe you've changed, which is a normal thing to happen. Okay, so click onto my future. Okay, and then you can go into review my future. And all those questions that you answered before. So working with babies, children or teenagers, I click like very much. Good job, given it's my job. Okay, working outdoors in any weather, like very much. Being interested in using history, sorry to all historians, that's not for me. Working in an office, definitely not. But I might have decided that actually selling or encouraging sales, I don't dislike very much. I dislike it, so I've made those changes. Okay, we scroll all the way down. Look, there's all of your questions that you can review. All right, so have a go if you want to go through and do that questionnaire again. If we go back to my profile, okay, what we can also do then is go into my personal development. Some of you might have done this already, but you can start adding in some of your achievements. Now, there's quite a few people that might have done some absolutely fantastic stuff over lockdown. All right, so we can put in there volunteering. If you thought that you did some really good job volunteering over the lockdown, helping others, etc., you can click what activity it was. Maybe you volunteered and you worked for a local sports group. Okay, you can type in the organisation here. Okay, so we can put in, I know a couple of you did this, sports leader, and you can type in from, and you started in June and you finished in July, for example. Now here is where it's really key. Can you make sure that you select lots and lots and lots of these skills? Because you definitely used your hands in a skillful way. Add, then go back through and look for others. Did you use machines or equipment? You probably used some PE equipment. So you just keep adding them in. Did you use a computer? Likely not if you're outdoors. Nobody probably did any driving, unless you're driving a tractor, of course. Doing small and detailed tasks and so on. Just keep going down each one of those and click on all of those that you think suited your role. Thinking of new ideas, using your imagination. Maybe you need to teach a younger student how to work in a very different way to everybody else, etc. All right, and you just keep adding them in as many as you possibly can. And here you can write notes if you want. And the whole point of doing this, okay, is so that when you get into year 10 and 11 and you actually have a careers interview with one of our external careers advisors, you can then they can download your profile from their dashboard, okay, and they can see your likes and dislikes, what type of work you're interested in, your personality styles, and here you can see all of the achievements that you have logged, you know, on your profile, and they can see what you've done here. Okay, and that will then help them make a decision for your future. Now, some of you might already put in your qualifications. You may be waiting until you're at GCSE for that, but feel free to add that in now. They'll also see what good matches have come from your questionnaire, which is why it's good to keep that up to date. And they'll see what you've shortlisted. Now, by the time you get to year 11, you'll likely have 2 or 3 careers that you've shortlisted because you'll know what you want to do. And any plans that you've made. How can you become a secondary school teacher? Speak to your teachers for you to supervise younger pupils at your school. Lots of things that you can do, but I can send you out a video for that later on. Okay, so that's why getting your profile up to date on KUDOS is incredibly important. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a couple of weeks to access your KUDOS accounts, re-log in, or access it if you haven't already accessed it, because on my dashboard I can see who hasn't accessed it and when was the last time you logged in, how many logins you've made, etc, etc. So I will be going through that list, emailing yourself or emailing you at home to try and get this KUDOS account up and running. I will be looking for the dates towards the end of September, so please do access this account at home. If you've forgotten your personal password, your username, can you please give your form tutor your name, and then your form tutor can drop me an email, and then I can have your passwords reset for you and your usernames if needed. Okay, so that way we can get everybody cracking on KUDOS. If you've had problems with accessing a laptop at home, you don't have the internet, then pop by and see me or drop me an email, stop me in the corridor and have a little chat with me to see if we can get you sorted in an alternative way. Okay, this is good fun. It's all about your future, so let's get cracking with it. Thanks.